Hi, third grade. Happy Thursday. We had no language video yesterday. Okay, so we had a video Monday and Tuesday, and today's Thursday. We are learning, we're putting together what we did on Monday and Tuesday. So Monday, if you remember, we learned about simple subjects. The subject is who or what my sentence is about. And then on Tuesday, we learned about simple predicates. Simple predicates is what the subject is doing, okay, what the subject does. Today, we're going to learn how to diagram. When you diagram, you show the simple subject and the simple predicate. And you put it on this special little line. You can see right here, this is where we're going to put them. You can imagine this being your green haya, okay? I'll put a little green line here. And then your simple subject goes here, your simple predicate goes here. But of course, first we have to find what is my simple subject, what is my simple predicate, okay? So let's do our line first, and then we'll try to find the subject and the predicate. Okay, here we go. First sentence has got Stella on it. Okay, we're pretending she's old enough to drive. Okay, we're doing some imagination on these. Stella stopped at the traffic light. Okay, so she's driving her car and she stops at the traffic light. Okay, where's my action or my linking verb? Stopped. Good. Draw, well, I'm going to do it. Draw my line in between Stella and stopped. Okay, so automatically, if this is my action, what do I know stopped is? Stopped has to be my simple predicate. Okay, that is my action. What did Stella do? She stopped. Now, look at what's in front of the green line. Sometimes there's going to be more than one word. Right now, there's only one word. So Stella has to be my simple subject. She has to be what my sentence is about. So what I'm going to do is over here, I am going to write my simple subject and my simple predicate. So Stella is my simple subject, and stopped is my simple predicate. So Stella stopped. That's like the skeleton, that's the meat and bones of our sentence. Okay, let's look at the next one. Stella stopped at the traffic light. The light will change soon. Okay, do you see an action here? The light will change soon. Or linking verb, helping verb. Did you find it? Will, that's right. So I'm gonna draw my line right there. So here is will, which tells me that's gonna be my predicate, but let's look at what's after it. Will what? Will change. Is change an action? Yeah, right? You can change your clothes, you can change directions, right? Lots of things can change, but change is something we can do. So will change is my simple predicate. So now I'm going to ask you, what will change? Light will change. Did anyone say the light? The is never going to be part of a simple subject. Okay, it's a part of the subject, the light, but if I'm just trying to find the one word, simple subject is going to be light. Okay, so then over here, going to my diagram line, my simple subject is light, so that goes on my first line. And what is my simple predicate? Ooh, I've got two words, will change. So I'm going to write both of those on my line right next to each other. Light will change. Okay, let's look at our next sentence. Remember, I told you we're doing some imagination here. Apparently, Charlotte's an auntie in this sentence. Auntie Charlotte hurried across the street. Okay, she's all grown up. She's an auntie now. Stella's all grown up. She's driving a car. Okay, Auntie Charlotte hurried across the street. Okay, do you see an action or a linking helping verb? No is or was or have has had. There has to be an action. Hurried. So that's where my haya goes. So what's the word after hurried? I'm sorry, what's the word after the green line? Hurried. So hurried is my simple predicate. Who hurried across the street? Remember, the light was going to change soon. So who was hurrying across the street? Auntie Charlotte was hurrying across the street. She is my simple subject. Now, why didn't I just underline Charlotte or just Auntie? Technically, her name is Auntie Charlotte in this. You know, you have like Uncle Sam or Aunt Sarah, or whatever your, I don't know, aunts and uncles you have in your family. But when you're technically making this a part of their name when you say it, Auntie so-and-so or Uncle so-and-so. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna write kind of small here, I gotta fit Auntie and Charlotte. I'm gonna do one on top of the other. Auntie Charlotte is my simple subject. And what did Auntie Charlotte do? She hurried. So I'm writing hurried on the other line. Guys, you notice I've been doing cursive there, writing in cursive. I encourage you to try, but you don't have to. You can print. But for those of you working on practicing your cursive, pause the video, go slow, take your time. I know we don't have cursive pages that I'm sending home, but you've all learned all the letters already. So you just have to go slow, take your time and practice. I'm going to be writing on cursive on this whole page today, okay? All right, so pause the video as much as you need if it's hard for you to write in cursive quickly. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And we are going to practice diagramming sentences. This is so fun. Okay, so you can see the ones that they have on the paper here aren't the ones I have on the board. The red car stopped, car stopped. The light will change soon. Well, that one was the same. And then Uncle Mike hurried across the street. I try to make it more fun by putting our third grade friends' names in it. Okay, so let's go down here. And it says, draw a line to divide the subject part and the predicate part of each sentence. Write the simple subject and the simple predicate on the diagram. Okay, so this is exactly what we just finished doing together. We're just going to do it on our paper now. So let's look at our first sentence. Few castles are located in America. Okay, where am I going to draw my green line? Always look for a helping verb first. Do you see a helping verb? Is, are, was, were, have, has, had, am, will. Are. If you find a helping verb, guys, put your haya in front of that. Okay, so are is our helping or linking verb there. Are what? Are located, right, guys? Because located is an action. So underline are located twice. That's going to be my simple predicate. Now you can ask yourself, what are located in America? What are located? Castles are located. So castles is going to be my simple subject. So I'm going to write castles on the first line, and I'm going to write are located on the second line. Now remember, you may cursive or print, but I want you to be neat with either one that you're doing. If you need to pause the video because cursive takes a little bit longer, I'd rather you pause it and do the cursive than rush and do the printing. Okay, guys? All right, let's look at our next one. Builders worked for 28 years on the Hearst Castle. Okay, is there, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, am, will? No. So we know we have to have an action verb here. Do you see something you can do, an action? If you said builders, build is an action, but builders, those are people. So that can't be our action. Worked is my action. Good job. Oops, I should do that in red. I'll do my haya. So worked is my action. So I always put the haya in front of my action. And then I'm going to underline in red worked. That is my simple predicate. So who worked for 28 years on the Hearst Castle? Who worked? Builders worked. So builders is my simple subject. Now, because builders is capitalized, I'm also going to capitalize it in my diagram. Builders on the first line, worked on the second side. Good job, you guys. I hope this is making sense for you. Okay, let's go to number 3. The Hearst Castle contains 165 rooms. Okay, I don't see is, are, was, were, have, has, had, am, will. Do you see an action? Contains. That's something you can do. You can contain something. That's going to be my simple predicate. Remember, we always put our green line in front of our predicate. What contains 165 rooms? Hearst Castle. The Hearst Castle. But remember, the isn't going to be part of our word, right? Part of our simple predicate. Just Hearst Castle. So Hearst Castle is my simple subject. So I'm going to write, but since Hearst is the name of the castle, I do need to capitalize it. Hearst Castle. And then contains is my predicate. So I'm going to write that on the second line. Contains. Okay. All right, let's look at our next one. Julia Morgan was the architect. Do you see is, are, was, were, have, has, had, am, will? Was. So my haya has to go in front of was. Look at the word after was. Was the. Is the an action? No. So just was is going to be my simple predicate. What's going to be my simple subject? Who was the architect? If you just said Julia, look, Julia Morgan, that means that's her first and her last name. Oops, let me use blue here. So we're going to underline Julia Morgan. She is our simple subject. Okay, if they give us her first and last name, we have to use it. It's kind of like the auntie or uncle. Julia Morgan, hiya, and then was is my predicate, simple predicate. Okay, this is a little tricky, isn't it, friends? Okay, on this next part, I'm gonna do the first one with you, okay, so that you can remember, and then you're gonna try the last ones by yourself, okay? All right, many people have visited the Hearst Castle in California. Okay, do you see an is, are, was, were, have, has, had, am, will? Have, good job. So that's where my haya goes in front of have. Okay, so now look at the word after have visited. Is visited an action? Yes. So those both have to be my simple predicate, have visited. Okay, who have visited? Who have visited? People have visited. So people is my simple subject. Remember, many isn't, that's describing how many people. That would be an adjective. Okay, so people goes on my first line. Have visited goes on my second line. Okay, your job now is to try 2 through 6. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video. Look for is, are, was, were, have, has, had, am, will before, because that's where you're going to draw your line. Okay, I'm going to help you on that one. Okay, all right, so go ahead and try to find the red and the blue part, the simple subject and the simple predicate. And try to do all 6 of those. Pause the video now. Okay, friends, let's see if you got it right. These were a little tricky. And then we'll look at that bottom part. Now this is from the book, so you can see they just have it printed, so that's okay if it's not cursive here when you're looking at it. Okay, so people have visited. We got that. The second one, the main house is the Casa Grande. So house is my simple subject and simple predicate. It contains 61 bathrooms. It, haya, contains. Let's look at number 4. Beautiful tiles decorate an indoor pool. Tiles, haya, decorate. Let's look at number 5. The Neptune pool is a large outdoor pool. Neptune, Neptune pool, haya, is. Because the name of the pool is Neptune pool. So that's why we had to do both. That was a hard one. Number 6, marble sculptures were placed in the gardens. Sculptures, haya, were placed. Okay, guys. On this next one, it says, write a sentence about a place you have visited or would like to visit. Diagram your sentence. Okay, so you need to basically make a sentence of a place you have visited or that you would like to visit. And then you get to diagram it down here on the bottom. Okay, so go ahead and try that. And when I give you a call later on today, we're going to go over this and see. There wasn't a language quiz today, but I will be checking to see your sentence down there. All right, friends? Okay, I hope that wasn't too tricky for you. We're going to take this slow. That's why there's no language quiz yet. So we're going to keep going a little bit before I have a quiz for you guys to do. Okay? All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow at Fabulous Friday. All right. Bye, guys.